We're talking River Murray Netball with our River Murray Netball Association correspondent, Hannah Loller. Hannah, thanks for joining me today.
Fabulous to be here. Welcome back from holidays, Dan. Hope you had a nice break away from the microphone.
I did, but it's good to be back to the microphone as well, and good to be getting my teeth sunk into the netball again. So looking forward to hearing what news you've got for me. We'll get into all the results and all the upcoming games shortly. But before we do that, you said you've got a little bit of general news around the association that you wanted to share.
Yeah, just I guess we're heading into representative team carnival time. So the best of our juniors from across the association have trialled and have been training hard on Monday nights. And so the rep team is coordinated by Molly Adler from the Ramblers Netball Club. And so this weekend we'll see 5 of our teams playing at Woodside at the Mid Hills Carnival. So we've got 17 and under, 2 15 and under teams, 13 and unders and 11 and unders. So it'll be great to see them out on the court. I think the Bureau's got rain predicted at Woodside, which is not unusual and it tends to test the resilience of players and parents, but it should be great to see them out there on the court.
Yeah, sounds like that will be very good. And yeah, great to play out in the elements. Sometimes you get that, you just get stuck in the rain, but you know, you're right, it does test the resilience, which is always good to face that challenge. And is there any other news around the competition? You mentioned that there was a bit of news with the umpiring.
Oh, yeah, just a bit of a shout-out to young Ava Lidner from MyPo. So she had her first A-grade game. Ava's a young player. She's playing in Adelaide, but still really present around MyPo with her sister and family involved in that club. And just to see a young player taking on the A-grade is just great. And so I think more young netballers need to have a look at what Ava's doing, and clubs encouraging their juniors to pick up the whistle and get through to being an A-grade umpire.
Definitely a well-deserved shout-out. So well done, Ava. And we'll get into the round 5 games over last weekend. So we'll start off with the Mallee Storm going down to Maipalonga 35-51.
They did, and MyPo I think their quick and direct passages of play were just found Storm a little bit lacking through that mid-court. So in the end it was a win by 16, which was probably what we thought when we chatted, when I chatted last week about it. So good game, but yeah, MyPo too quick and direct through from one end to the next.
And the next game, a little bit tighter on the scoreboard. Coorong Cats got their first win of the season against Jervois, who fell just short of their first win, 48-46. Looks like a bit of a thriller there in Jervois.
Yeah, and I think it came down to being quite a nail-biter. So there was a few recruits. Holly Hughes, the captain there at Cats, did a bit of family dealing and had her younger sister come up and play, and her mum also was on the bench. And I think her sister in goal defence played a great game. Cats also looked to their A-Res team, who have been performing really well, and brought up Molly Smith, one of their suitors who came in and was accurate. I hear Cats got out to a 10-goal lead, and so I'm sure Coach Belinda Freund would have been biting the nails as the timer counted down. But yeah, Cats got their first win by 2 in the end, so exciting times down there at Catland.
Yes, well done to the Cats on the winners list for the first time this season. And moving on to our next game, Southern Suns 46, getting the win over the Ramblers 39. So the Southern Suns moving up to second on the ladder, 4-1 on the season now.
Yeah, I'm feeling for Ramblers, who are playing good netball, have had a run of games against probably the top of the table. So they haven't had a win for the year, and they didn't win this one, but I think the netball they're playing is really good, but I think the difference in this game was the height difference. So Beck Oakley in the goals for Suns, and a name that pops up week and week, Liv Clark in the defensive end. She's just applying so much pressure and taking lots of intercepts. So Suns got that game by 7. I hear there was plenty of good voice all over the court and lots of encouragement out there from them all.
Yeah, Ramblers sitting bottom of the table and searching for their first win, but nothing to scoff at. A 7-goal loss against the team sitting second, so I'm sure their first win will be just around the corner very, very soon. And in our next game, last game for the round, the Imperials beating Manham 52-32. So the Imperials staying undefeated and handing Manham their first loss of the season.
Yeah, they did, and it ended up being a 20-goal loss in the end. I think the third quarter was where it was a reasonably even game. Imps always having the upper hand, but the third quarter, Imps put the skates on, and I think there was a 9-goal quarter to them. So that with winning each other quarter just blew that out to 20 goals, and it was, I think, down to the accuracy of the goalies of Imps. And rewarding their defence when they got the opportunity to turn the ball over and bring it down. So, yeah, Imps so far undefeated.
Imps flexing their muscles there and staying undefeated. And Tailem Bend had the bye, but they'll be back in action, kicking off the round 6 games. They're playing against Jervois, and with promising signs from Jervois last week, a good chance for them here to get their first win of the season.
Yeah, I think Tailem had the week off, but they still were training hard, and they will be missing tall Claire Pitt in defence. But I think what I saw of them down at Cats when they had that good win a fortnight ago, I think they should be able to take that form into Saturday. I think it'll be close, but I think Tailem still might be able to get the win in that one.
Yeah, should be a good game there in that one. And going on to our next game, it's Maipalonga hosting the Southern Suns. So a good battle of the top 4 teams, just 2 losses between the 2 squads. How do you see this one going down?
I think this is going to be the match of the round. I'm really eager to see what comes of this one. I know that it won't be, I see that Charmaine Sherman's going to be picking up the whistle for the Suns, and Maipo has great umpires, but it certainly won't be any umpiring that impacts the match. They've got great adjudicators there. I think that the Suns will get to experience the beautiful curries on offer at the canteen and over at Maipo, and I think Maipo might be a bit too hot on the court and will take the win in a really tight match. I know the juniors over there at Maipo will be able to join the Maipo Junior Disco happening in the afternoon, but I think the girls on the court, Maipo should get that in a very close one.
Curries for lunch and a junior disco. Sounds like a brilliant day out at Maipo there. And on to our next game. It's the Coorong Cats looking to take on the top of the table Imps. So can the Imps flex their muscles again here, or will the Coorong Cats provide a good challenge for them?
I think even with the recruiting that happened last week to get them over the line against Jervois, I think it's going to be a tall ask against Imps. And I think this could be a bit of a percentage booster for Imps. But I know that the Cats will keep trying and do their best regardless.
And Mallee Storm have the bye, so that leaves our last game of the round, the Ramblers hosting Manham.
This is a really hard one to pick because whilst Ramblers haven't had a win, we talked about that before, they've come up against Imps, Maipo, Storm and the Suns, and my only way to, I think, work out who's going to win this is to work out who they've both played Imps, and Manham got closer to Imps than Ramblers did when they played, and on that basis I'll pick Manham, but I think it should be a really good encounter, and Ramblers will push Manham to the limits. But, yeah, Manham will get the points.
Plenty of good netball on offer in the River Murray Netball Association this weekend. Hannah, thank you for joining us. Good luck to everyone involved and enjoy the games this weekend.
Thanks, Dan. Catch you next week.